If you are trying to choose between VOO and VTI, you may feel like one wrong click could affect the next 30 years of your life. One fund owns the S&P 500. The other owns almost the entire United States stock market. Both are extremely popular. Both are low cost. And online, people defend their favorite as if the other choice is a financial disaster. It is not. For most beginners, the difference between VOO and VTI is much smaller than the difference between investing consistently and waiting another year because you are afraid to choose. But there is a real difference, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly which fund better matches the way you want to invest. We will compare what each fund owns, what each one costs, why their returns often look similar when owning both does not help, and the simple rule I would use if I were starting today. This video is for education, not individualized financial advice. Both funds invest in stocks, both can lose value, and neither one is appropriate for money you may need soon. Let us begin with the simplest possible picture. VOO is a basket containing the large companies in the S&P 500 index. Think of companies such as Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet. These are some of the biggest publicly traded businesses in the United States. Vanguard's official fact sheet dated June 30th, 2026, listed 506 stocks in VOO. The number is not always exactly 500 because of how the index treats different share classes, but the purpose is clear. VOO focuses on leading large United States companies. VTI uses a much bigger basket. It includes large companies, but it also reaches into mid-sized and small companies across the United States market. Vanguard's June 2026 fact sheet listed 3,531 stocks in VTI. So the cleanest comparison is this. VOO gives you the large company section of the United States market. VTI gives you that large company section plus thousands of smaller companies. At first, that sounds like VTI must behave completely differently. But here is the part many beginners miss. Both funds are weighted by market value. That means the biggest companies receive the biggest positions. Because the United States market is dominated by large companies, those same giant businesses drive a large portion of both funds. In the June 2026 fact sheets, the 10 largest holdings were the same companies in both funds. They simply carried slightly different weights. The top 10 represented a larger share of VOO than of VTI. That is why the two funds often move in very similar directions. VTI owns far more stocks, but its largest positions still look a lot like VOO. Now let us talk about cost, because this comparison is refreshingly simple. As of June 2026, both VOO and VTI had an expense ratio of 0.03%. On a $10,000 investment, 0.03% is approximately $3 per year. The fee is taken inside the fund, so you do not receive a separate bill. Since the expense ratios are the same, cost does not give either fund a meaningful advantage here. Your brokerage may still have its own rules, trading features, or fees, so check the platform you use. What about performance? This is where people often make a long-term decision using a very short-term scoreboard. When the largest companies lead the market, VOO may have an advantage because it concentrates more heavily in large companies. When mid-sized and smaller companies perform better, VTI may benefit from owning them, but leadership changes. A fund that won during one period is not guaranteed to win during the next period. Recent returns tell you what already happened. They do not tell you which fund will be ahead when you need the money decades from now. The better question is not which ticker won last year. The better question is which market exposure do I want to own consistently? Before we answer that, let us clear up one common mistake. Do you need to buy both VOO and VTI? Usually, no. Owning both does not give you two completely different portfolios. VTI already owns the companies inside VOO. Adding VOO mainly increases your weight in the largest companies. That may be intentional, but it is not automatically better diversification. If you buy both simply because you cannot decide, you may create extra complexity without creating a meaningfully different plan. One broad fund can be enough for the United States stock portion of a simple portfolio. Now we can make the decision. Choose VTI if you want the broadest United States market coverage in one fund. You want large, mid-size, and small companies together. You do not want to decide which company size will lead next, and you like the idea of of owning almost the entire investable United States stock market. Choose VOO if you intentionally want to focus on large United States companies. You understand the S&P 500. You want a familiar benchmark, and you are comfortable not holding the smaller company portion of the market in this fund. Both choices are simple. Both are diversified compared with buying a handful of individual stocks. Both are low cost, and both can fall sharply during a bear market. VTI's smaller company exposure does not make it safe. VOO's famous companies do not make it safe. These are stock investments, not emergency savings accounts, and diversification cannot guarantee a profit or prevent a loss.
Here is my practical answer for the beginner who still says, just tell me which one to choose. If you have no special preference and you want one United States stock market ETF, I would give VTI a slight edge because it includes the large companies you already recognize, plus the rest of the investable United States market. But the word slight matters. Choosing VOO is not a mistake. If you already own it, you do not need to sell it just because another fund holds more stocks. Selling in a taxable account can also have tax consequences, so do not create a tax decision simply to make a small portfolio adjustment.
Imagine two beginners. Maya chooses VTI because she wants the broadest possible United States basket. Leah chooses VOO because she prefers the S&P 500 and understands exactly what she owns. Both automate a monthly contribution. Both reinvest distributions. Both keep emergency money outside the stock market. And both continue through good markets and bad markets. Their behavior may matter far more than the small structural difference between their two funds. So use these three questions. First, do I want only large United States companies or the broader United States market? Second, can I continue investing when this fund falls in value? Third, can I stop comparing tickers and follow this plan for years? If your answers are broader market, yes and yes, VTI is the cleaner fit. If your answers are large companies, yes and yes, VOO is the cleaner fit. The goal is not to find a perfect ticker. The goal is to choose a low-cost, diversified investment that matches your plan. Then give that plan enough time to work. Subscribe to WealthHer, because in the next video, I will show you how to buy your first ETF share step by step, without letting market jargon make the process feel harder than it is. You are not behind. You are learning, and you have got this.